everybody. Are you quarantined? Are you quarantining? Okay, we're gonna do a karaoke show for you, everybody. Do the quarantine. Oh yeah. So I had one of my friends commented on something about Native Indians, right? And the biggest thing that popped into my head is like a whole perception of Christopher Columbus discovering America. He discovered, you can't discover something where people are already living. That's the biggest thing, okay? And obviously they claimed, they're like, and they called them like, yeah, what are you guys? Are you guys Indians? They're like, no. They're like, okay, yeah, whatever, you guys are Indians. And then they took over the land and they raped and pillaged. And they whitewashed. Whatever native kids were left over, or the orphans or whatever, they went to schools where they were whitewashed. As far as the term whitewash is, you're washing out their culture and everything, and you're putting in white, like, you know what I mean, the white mentality or whatever the hell. Everybody, so that's what happened when Christopher Columbus discovered America, okay? There's a lot of raping and pillaging going on. Okay? So that's to you, whoever commented, and it's like, yo, these Native Indians are not, you know what I mean? So whenever black people talk about racism and we suffered, the Native Indians suffered worse, okay? And we took their land. All the land that we're living on is their land, okay? And we're like, yeah, you guys stay over there. And another thing, everyone's talking about, oh, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you know, it's another way of divide and conquer, because everyone's too concerned about what happened to their culture. But I'm like, there's worse stuff happening in the world right now. There's slave factories in China, Japan, or whatever, especially China, I'm guessing, and where your iPhones and all this stuff is made, it's coming from there. The companies that make your phones, first of all, whenever there's a new phone coming out, they slow it down on purpose because they want everyone to buy the new phone, okay? And why do you think the batteries are integrated into the phone now? So if you want to, like, you know, not be sharing where you are, you can't even take out the battery. What do you think in mafias or whatever, they had flip phones? Because the term smartphone is, it's smart for you as far as using it, but it's smart for everyone who wants to spy on you too. Because even when the phone is off, it still tells a signal off to what is your location. So everybody, be awakened.
Ah, t'as pas besoin de m'envoyer.
Écoute le message, c'est tout. Stay. Hey!
Okay, you know what's this way ranting?
Oh yeah, slave factories. Everybody started recycling because most of the stuff you throw in the garbage is recyclable, and if when you throw in the garbage, it ends up in the oceans. So if you love to eat seafood, guess what you are? You're eating microplastics that end up in the fish and whatever that you're eating. So what goes around comes around, technically, I guess. The California fires don't make sense because the fire is burning houses and melting cars, but it's not harming trees around it, which doesn't make sense. And if you look into them making like everything is like a muscle move or like a mafia. Like the biggest mafia is the government. You need to understand and start thinking like that, because that when you start thinking like that, everything starts to make sense. Because anything that has money around it is a scam or a money scam, or someone's doing a scam in there. And you know, your homie or whatever. I'm sure you know someone that owns a business and they're not legit as far as there's a scam in there. They're doing something what they're not supposed to do, and they're charging people triple or double the price. That's capitalism, right? But when the government does it, it's fine. But when you do it, hey, it's not right, okay? Cars, if you want to buy a car, if you're looking to buy a car, do your research on the car. Don't buy Fords, depending on what it is. You know, if it's a Ford Mustang or whatever, or a Ford F-150, yes. Don't buy a Ford Focus, okay? Especially the 2000 models, which are crap. Same thing like the Nissan Altimas. I guess the 2010s to 2014 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like every all the cars have like some defects as far as like what's their thing. So if you're planning to buy a car, do your research on Google or on YouTube, You know what I mean? And number two, bring it to a garage. You get it inspected before you do buy it. Yeah, ask questions, bro. Because nobody's honest in this world. You should learn that by now. Look into the Vrill, VRILL Society. You learn something. Look into Madame H.P. Blavatsky. Medical marijuana. I'm not into trusting the government, so already, as soon as the government is like, yo, we got our own medical marijuana, I was suspect because I was like, they fought everyone, they told everyone they're drug addicts and put people in jail, like 1980s or whatever. People were in jail for 20 years or whatever, just because they were selling weed, just because they were selling, pot. But it was in 1980. But now, it's a whole different story. So, as soon as the government was like, yo, we're going to legalize it, I knew something was coming up, and they came up with their own GMO weed, which should start making you ask questions. Number one, weed from 1970, I guess, the THC level was like, let's say 0.3, and from 1970 to now, they're like, they're genetically modifying weed pot to get like the highest THC levels. So now there's like Blue God herbs, which Snoop Dogg I think knows about, or that's his strain. So back in the day, like I was going back to, in 1970, the THC level was like, let's say 0.3 or something. Now, so in 1970 the level of THC was 0.3, which is what gets you high, right? And the cannabinoids, I think that's what it's called, the healing factors of cannabis, okay, was like at 100 or something. But now it's become that the THC level is like, let's say 100, okay, which is Blue God, the weed. The THC level is 100, but the cannabinoids are like way lower. So all you're doing is just frying your brain, and you're not getting any of the healing factors what used to come with cannabis. Number two, the biggest thing about cannabis, if you look into cannabis, what is it called? There's something else comes out of cannabis. I forgot. It was made paper. They can make paper out of that. Oh my god, one of my phones are gonna die. Which one is it? Oh, it's the one on FB. It's FB again. What was it? Oh, it's called hemp. Yeah, exactly, hemp. So if you look into back in the day, hemp, you can make clothing from hemp. You could make like the old school ships. The sail thing was made from hemp. Paper could be made from hemp. But the companies or whatever, capitalism, they took over and they're like, no. We're gonna make it from trees. And if you look at the hemp, you know what I mean? Like hemp can replace almost anything. You can make houses from hemp now. Hemp products. So it's crazy, bro. It's just information. If you're into knowing, not just the truth, but just knowing information, it's there for you to see. But if you're too busy, distracted watching Sons of Anarchy or whatever, the next TV show, then obviously you're not interested in knowing information. You just want to be distracted until you do the next thing. Watch a hockey game, watch the next TV show, and just do your thing and go to work and then do the same thing the next day. I can't be a zombie like that. That's what they want everyone to be like, is a zombie. Do your job, shut up, don't ask questions, and that's it. But I'm not that person. You know what I mean? Everyone, that's all they do, is just do their job and shut up and don't ask questions. Just like George Carlin said it.
Give me a second, everybody.
But what gone?
But
what gone?
Ali.
What gone?
É, man.
What gone? What gone? Hey, she don't know. Hey, sure, no.
Everybody, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna make a pee break, but I'll put some something entertaining. I'll put an episode of Sons of Anarchy for you guys. No. I put some non-copyrighted music so FB can suck on. Yeah, because FB's always been blocking me from day one. I get all kinds of love from Live Me, so thank you Live Me for showing me love and everybody. But FB's always been C-blocking. C-blocking. Because FB is run by, you know what I mean? You know who? Zuckerberg is just the front man, bro. Just like what's his name? Elon. Elon doesn't even sound human. And neither does Zuckerberg. So we don't know what's going on, man. Eh? They put non-copyrighted one non-copyrighted song for you guys, and I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay, FB gonna tell FB good night.